The death of Ayrton Senna shocked Grand Prix racing in much the same way as the 1968 accident that claimed the life of another multiple world champion, Jim Clark. Both men were regarded as the very best, and if their supreme driving skills could not keep them safe, then what chance did anyone else have? Early in his career, Senna developed a reputation as a gifted but emotional driver, one whose ruthless commitment to winning made him less than popular as he worked his way up the racing ladder. Presented with a choice of teams in Formula One, he chose lowly Tolman. There, he planted the seeds of his future legend with an epic drive in the rain at Monaco in 1984. A year later, he jumped to Lotus, where he claimed his first victory in Portugal, once again in the wet, the ultimate test of driving skill. Senna's uncanny technical ability and his samurai-like commitment to victory made him a favorite at Honda, moving with the company to the McLaren team in 1988. It was there he won most of his 41 career victories, his all-time record 65 poles, and all three of his world championships. When Honda left Grand Prix racing in 1992, Senna spent one final frustrating season at McLaren before following the practice of champions, going back to Juan Manuel Fangio, find a seat in the best car on the grid. In 1994, that meant the Williams Renault. Statistically, Senna ranks among the greatest drivers of all time, but many, including drivers themselves, consider him to be the best. Part of it was his unyielding commitment to perfection. There was only winning. Anywhere but the top step of the podium was failure. He feuded with other drivers both on and off the track, and he challenged the top officials and rules makers in Formula One, sometimes to his detriment. For Senna, there was simply no other way. Ayrton Senna was a presence, thoughtful but reckless, introspective but emotional, religious but competitive. He gave the sport a personality that has not been seen before or since. Senna's funeral was akin to an affair of state, a day of mourning that made headlines around the world. His pallbearers included former teammate Gerhard Berger and fellow world champions Alain Prost and Jackie Stewart. He was laid to rest in Morumbi Cemetery in Sao Paulo, and the sport of Grand Prix racing was changed forever.
It was a sad moment, sad weekend overall, you know, on the track, out of the track. You know, it took me such a while to actually be competitive in Imola. Not because I was afraid of myself, but just it was a heavy air. So I never really enjoyed that. So just hard to explain. There was a mystery going on that weekend. It looked like somebody was left a different button on, and everybody was just getting hurt.
Looking back, it's obviously very easy to say this shouldn't have happened, that shouldn't have happened. All one can do is put the pieces together and learn from that. And I think Formula One definitely has learned. It's incredibly, touch wood, safe now.
It comes a point where you have to take your hands off the car as the team and give it to one guy. And if that guy will make a difference, you'll work 24 hours a day, 3 days a week during the race weekend. It doesn't matter because you know you're going to get the results. And that's what Senna was. Senna was both of those things to me. He was A, the competition, the guy to beat, and boy, we really wanted to have that competition with him. And we knew that Senna just had it. Senna was Formula One at the time, you know. He believed, you watch Senna on the podium, and he was very pleased to win the race, there's no doubt about that. But you look in his eyes, and he absolutely was just acknowledging the fact that the only true just result had happened. Ayrton Senna won the race. What did you expect to happen, you know? That's what Senna was. That's what made such a huge impact to the sport.